Hi, my name is Jude Benjamin Lisa. I am the National Director of Miss Grand Malaysia. Basically, introducing Terence Too is actually a consultancy firm. We focus on a consultancy work that we support our clients in public relations, marketing, social media. But at the same time, we are actually also the license holder of beauty pageants in Malaysia. Well, a lot of people ask me these questions, what are the requirements that, needed to join a beauty pageant? But to me, it's very different from any beauty pageant that you want to participate in. But the very basic requirement, of course, there are age requirements. There are also height requirements. Lastly, it will be personality and character requirements from every pageant that you go into. You know what? When I left corporate in 2017, I think the biggest thing that I was looking forward to is actually to have the flexibility in time. Being an entrepreneur, you have you're not constrained to working hours of a 9 to 5 like before. But of course, during that time, you have to work hard, because if you don't work hard, then you cannot fulfill or even achieve what you want to achieve being an entrepreneur. So flexibility is actually the important thing that I actually really like about being an entrepreneur. So basically, when we first started in 2017, we are a very small, I would consider a boutique firm, because there are so many agencies, especially in Klang Valley, offering the same services to clients. So biggest achievements, I would say it's more of having a track record, because clients would really want to see the output or the results that you give. So currently, when we first started, a lot of events or campaigns that we do is very campaign basis, which is ad hoc or one-time off. But now, after 4 years, we're looking at more of a long-term relationship with clients, which are actually on retainer basis, because the client is already confident in what you do. So this is the biggest achievement I would see, basically. After 4 or 5 years in the industry, a lot of people, when they see or meet me, knowing that we organize Miss Grand Malaysia, questions they ask is, why Malaysia never do well at international pageant? But I always look on a different aspect, what our girls or queens are actually special about when they compete internationally. If you look in Southeast Asia, Malaysia is very special because we have a diverse culture. Because of this makes Malaysia so unique, so special. There are so many races in Malaysia, so because of that makes us unique. That's one. Number two, I think, is language, like any of our queens, Malaysian queens actually. So yes, they can speak their dialects, but when they go internationally, English is like a common language that people use. So that was considered an extra advantage. It's not easy to organize a beauty pageant contest, in our country, Malaysia, because our industry is very small. When I first started, I only had the background of being a PR and marketing guy, and also I have event management experience. But of course, when you go into the industry, it's quite different, because the expect is you look at many things. Yeah. So I have very simple. Sometimes people come up to me like, "Hey, I want to organize a beauty pageant. What are your advice?" I just say, well, for me, it depends how big scale, because we run Malaysia level, which is national scale. So I look at 3 things. 1, the venue. We have a venue, it's there, okay, I have 1 tick. Number 2 is accommodation, because we have to cater delegates from all over Malaysia. And number 3 is transportation. These are the 3 key areas I look at before we proceed in organizing a pageant for Malaysia level. Introducing Terence Too has many licenses that we hold over the years. Of course, we let them go sometimes due to whether if it's relevant for the company. But currently, we have Miss Grand Malaysia, we have Miss Intercontinental Malaysia, and Miss Global Malaysia. So the difference between every pageant is, of course, requirements from the international pageant. So first, Miss Grand International, they're looking for a woman or a young woman who is, of course, physically attractive, of course, who can speak, but yet again, it's lovable by everyone around the world. Miss Intercontinental is very straightforward, a model-looking person who can work in front of the runway or even behind the cameras. And lastly, Miss Global is more of, I would say, someone who is willing to work for the community. So if she has a passion for a certain advocacy, then she would be the right person. It's something of a cross of Miss World pageant. I like to travel to discover the world because of my work. So whenever I am at different countries, I try to learn or adapt to, how brands speak to consumers. But the most adventurous thing is, this is just happening last year. I was on a summer holiday and I went to Germany and Prague. But it was so crazy because my phone was not on roaming. So I decided just to take a train to Prague, and then I didn't know whether people speak English or not, but I just went and then discovered the whole city and learned a lot and just came back the same day. But it was, I didn't plan anything, but it was just fun. I have this one piece of a shirt that I have. It's a local brand, but when I like something, I just buy from a specific brand. It's a Malaysian brand. But sadly, they don't produce that piece of shirt anymore. But I always use it because it's comfortable. So what I did was, actually this is recently. So what I did was I went to the textile shop. I asked the lady like, oh, do you have a similar, it's a cotton cloth. And so I picked the colors. I went to a tailor. Do exactly like this, yeah. So I'm actually gonna. I've been wearing that, so yeah. So the background of Miss Grand Malaysia, we started off officially as a company in 2017, but trek back to 2015. Actually, it's my close friend, Santawan Bunratana. She's a friend of mine. She actually joined a beauty pageant at that time. At that time, I was still working full time. So knowing a friend is joining a pageant, I was there like, hey, I can help you or whatever I can support, just let me know. So eventually she didn't win the national title, but an offer from Miss Grand International came in to represent the country at that time. Then I said, you know what, you wanted to represent the country, just take this opportunity. So she went to represent Malaysia in 2015. And then 2016, again, Miss Grand International came back to us to ask whether you want to get the license. By that time, I was working full time. So I said, you know what, let's try this for fun and see how it goes. So 2016, we actually sent Ranmit Jasal. She's actually the sister of Miss Universe Malaysia at that time. So she went to Las Vegas and she actually went top 20 at Miss Grand International. So that changed a lot of things. A lot of people were wondering, oh, what's next for Miss Grand Malaysia? Who are we expecting for 2017? So because of that expectation, and also at the same time, personally, I was also already exploring to leave the corporate world, and I said, I think it's the right time. So 2017, I left my corporate job. We started the company and acquired the license and started Miss Grand Malaysia. The unique thing about Miss Grand Malaysia, as compared to other pageants in the country, we have state-level pageants. So we have Miss Grand Sabah, Miss Grand Sarawak, we have Miss Grand Kuala Lumpur. That was in 2017. And now we have 6 states in Malaysia alone. So moving forward, the idea is having state-level pageants to support the national-level pageants. So that makes it a bit unique. So we have a support system in terms of in any states that we have. On the national scale, we are a big family. Actually, every year when we have our competition, it's the 2 groups of candidates that comes to Miss Grand Malaysia. Of course, the experienced one and the non-experienced one. But of course, both of them have the pros and cons. Experienced ones, they already know, meaning you have a shorter time to actually prepare them. You have a more quality time because they already know what they want. In their mind, it's like, hey, I want to represent the country. I know how to groom myself. I know how to walk. I know what to wear. I know what is the color that is suitable for my dressing. Yeah. So meaning to say we can go one up further with experienced, I would say, candidates. But with experience, of course, comes personality and character, which sometimes can be a bit difficult. But then again, it's how you manage this. Secondly, a group of candidates are those who are newbies. Newbies mean no experience but willing to learn. So these are the group of candidates that we will explore. If they have the potential, because they are willing to learn, then we work together through that way. Yeah. So it's a group of candidates are acceptable. It depends on who will bring Malaysia to the next level. My message to fellow Malaysians, especially organizers, if they really want to take this seriously, I mean, for me, I run Miss Grand Malaysia and the team out of passion. So if you have the passion and drive, I think that it's one extra point. But of course, be good to yourself and the people that you work with, because Malaysian pageantry is small. It's a small industry in the country. That is how you can actually move forward. Most importantly, be truthful, especially to the people that you are working with within the industry. That is how you actually can move forward. I'm very thankful because when you asked me Miss Grand Malaysia when it was before 2017, we are no one. We're no one even wants to work with Miss Grand Malaysia. But it takes hard work to do that. But of course, you have your hard work, you are dedicated, and of course you have a team of people that you can trust and work together with. That's how you grow the brand. So basically, at the end of the day, Miss Grand Malaysia is now, how we tag it, is the fastest growing brand, beauty pageant brand in the country. Then again, moving forward, of course, we want to look into a bigger scale. But how we move towards there, then again, it all depends on what is coming up next. For myself, for even the company, and yeah, that's how I look into it.